Hi, it's Lee and welcome to the Tesla Economist. Yes, it was all real, just how we suspected, well, most of us. Some in the community couldn't believe their eyes, even seeing physical evidence of spy shots of the new design. But anyway, most of us here were able to believe what we saw and had enough common sense to believe that there was indeed a new Model 3 on the near horizon. Apparently, Tesla has changed 50% of the parts on this new Tesla to make it better looking, more efficient, safer, luxurious, but likely most importantly, lower cost. That's a lot of changes, and cost was likely a big part of that. Although I don't believe we have the gigacasting in it. At least I haven't heard anything about them, which is kind of strange. You would have thought that would be an obvious cost saving and increase floor space significantly. Oh well, some things Tesla do don't make sense to us. Like the fact they keep dropping prices instead of advertising the fact that their cars are as affordable as a Toyota and can drive you from home to work with very little intervention. Who knows, maybe Tesla were just waiting for the facelift models before advertising properly. Anyway, we'd pretty much seen the exterior redesign already in spy shots. New headlights, taillights and bumpers, and it looks more modern and has a nicer look and feel. I think everyone agrees. Critics have often said that Teslas do look dated, what with a 6-year-old design, but now it definitely looks more modern, even though the overall shape hasn't changed, but that was fairly timeless anyway. We also did not see the hatchback, which a lot of people thought might be in the new design, but I was saying it's most likely just going to be the lights and the bumpers, and that's pretty much it. This was just a refresh, not a redesign. But now we're also getting to see the new interior too, and I think it looks really cool. A more noticeable difference on the interior than the exterior. It looks very tidy, even more minimalist than before. It has the interior strip lighting now that can presumably be changed to any colour you want. There's a new steering wheel and the stalks are gone. The indicators are on the wheel, just like on the Model S, which obviously saves a few dollars for each vehicle. There are other various upgrades, like more double-glazed windows in the rear and back in order to make the cabin quieter. Also, different materials to absorb sound more, along with various other ways of reducing noise when driving. The screen is brighter and more responsive, and the stereo now has 17 speakers instead of 14. That's high-performance stereo. Not only that, there is now a screen in the back as well. Passengers can control the car and watch Netflix in the back, similar to the Model S. This does make it feel extra luxurious. Although screens are relatively lower cost these days, it does take it to that next level, which I don't believe many of the competition offer. I don't think a BMW 3 Series has screens in the rear, at least definitely not standard. The front seats now have cooling as well as heating too. This car is getting seriously luxurious. Quiet cabin, insane stereo, heating and cooling in the seats. All that was missing now is air suspension, and it would be a serious luxury car. Supposedly, though, we do not have a new battery, but the drag coefficient has improved to make it more efficient. Apparently, the WLTP range has increased about 11%. Now that is a massive deal. As for the EPA range, well, 11% improvement would take it to over 300 miles of range. Now, with the rumours we had heard of this larger battery, I was saying that it would easily reach over 300 miles of range. But it appears it is not using a larger battery and simply able to hit 300 miles of range anyway. And that is a massive deal. This is also with the same drivetrain. The motor hasn't been upgraded or anything, but 300 miles is definitely a certain milestone for an EV. This actually appears to be true. This alone is a massive deal. Okay, I really was excited about hopefully finding out Tesla were using CATL's new batteries, but still, Tesla have hit this 300-mile range. Do you have any idea how difficult it would be for anyone else to offer a 300-mile range EV for close to this price point? And Tesla achieved this without even using structural battery packs. At least it doesn't sound like it. The rumours were Tesla would use a 66 kilowatt-hour battery instead of 60. However, this would have also added to the cost. So now that isn't a factor, and Tesla still managed this much range. Then costs are down and value is up. I think there should be a lot more demand for this car. I mean, well, obviously. And if Tesla will behave how they have in the past, that can only mean that they are likely to raise prices. But why not? I mean, not just due to demand, but this is more a vehicle for the money. If Tesla's stock price was still at $400, I would have totally traded in my Tesla for this new shape, especially since the Model S isn't coming in right-hand drive. And with this improved drag coefficient, then perhaps we might also see the performance model increase in acceleration a little too. Overall, I'm very happy with this update. It's actually even better than I thought it would be. The biggest deal is the additional range. Consumers will definitely see the additional value in Tesla offering that much more range. I would guess that Tesla could sell these for $45,000 in the US now, up from $40,240 currently. 10% more range, 10% higher price, among all the other extras too. When you get to the 300 miles of range, the competition reduces so much more compared to what else is on offer. And the prices suddenly rise that much. All the competition are competing with high energy dense cells in their batteries, which have cost possibly $5,000 more or so. Tesla's able to compete and even beat the competition using LFP cells when everyone else is using nickel cells. That is really impressive. I believe the car will be out for sale in October, but then later on if you want right-hand drive. Then what's next? Obviously, these same changes are going to transfer over to the Model Y, which really should breathe new life back into the demand for that car. The additional range on a rear-wheel drive Model Y, which makes a huge difference, as it is relatively low at the moment. Those few extra 20 or 30 miles will have a big impact. Make no mistake, the Highland is more just a sample of what is to come. Remember, Tesla sell a lot more Model Ys than Model 3s, and the profit is higher in the Model Ys. The Model Y Juniper update is going to be a really big deal. It may even stimulate enough demand that when Berlin and Texas ramp, Tesla may not even have to drop prices to get enough demand. On top of that, the costs will come down too. I know the Cybertruck steals the limelight a lot because there is sometimes no separation between fanboys, Tesla enthusiasts, and actual real investors. But if you do the financials and Tesla save just 10% on costs for the Model 3 and Model Y, that's more profit for Tesla than the Cybertruck will ever generate. But Mr. Market is a manic depressant with bipolar disorder and is reactive. He reacts to headlines of massive Cybertrucks going into production more so than a simple facelift on a certain model. Oh, and that's just if Tesla have reduced cost by 10%. What if they also increase the price by 10% too? Or some combination of the two if it's the equivalent of just 5% more margin? That makes all the difference. But the unfortunate thing is, we will never know the impact it has, as Cybertruck will quickly enter into the finances, and all that previous capex from the Cybertruck line will go into COGS and start bringing down margins and profits until it ramps up. And my guess on break-even is somewhere around 7,000 units a month for the Cybertruck. This is hopefully the start of the new wave I've been saying we should see this year with the stock price. The Highland launched, then the Cybertruck. Hopefully these two events take us to around $300 stock price. Then FSD12 to the public, and hopefully the market absorbs some of that too. Then any unknown events could suddenly appear in the media, like Tesla making a new battery factory with CATL in Texas, or Mexico breaking ground. Anyway, it will be interesting to see how the market responds to the Highland. It'd be better if we got the official EPA figures of the rear-wheel drive, and it really is at over 300 miles. I wonder when we'll see it advertised on the website with official specs, along with any price changes and what the waiting list might end up being. It will likely all be a little preview into how much impact the Model Y will have too. Thanks for listening. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon.